Hello to my Taurus. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. Let's get into it, Taurus. Let's see what's in your cards. Let's see what's in your cards for this week. This reading is for the 5th of August through the 12th of August. The Lion Gates portal is open. Everybody's video for the Lionsgate portal video will go up by the 5th or 6th of this week. Yeah, let's get into it. Let's see what's in your cards. Let's see what's in your cards. We got a couple of planets that are retrograde at the time of filming. Pluto is retrograde, Chiron, Saturn, Neptune. All of those are outer planets, generational planets. And then Mercury officially goes retrograde on the 5th of August. It's been pre-shadow retrograde. So this is a great time for learning. This is a great time for reading books, podcasts, learning something new, because a lot of messages are going to be downloaded into your spirit. And so you're going to have to decide, take some kind of action to decide what you want to keep, what you want to, release, because it can be overwhelming when Mercury goes retrograde. That's why you hear a lot of people go, oh my God, Mercury is retrograde. I don't know if I should sign a contract, travel. I'm having all these downloads. So it will definitely require you to take some kind of action to decide what you want to keep and what you want to release. Let's get into it. First, so Wheel of Fortune. Somebody's going to feel very fortunate to be able to try to take their power back. Somebody's going to feel very fortunate. I feel like somebody's about to get promoted. Here we have the Wheel of Fortune here. So congratulations to you in advance. Here we have the Tower card. Something has definitely pushed you into the light side of Emperor energy, which is somebody who's more structured, someone who's more authoritative. So something have pushed you into that. Something has inspired or motivated you to get more into that space, right? So yeah, that's a good thing. Something has inspired you to be more in that headspace of just, trying to, like I said, being more leader, focused. And so yeah, you definitely want to focus on that. You definitely want to stay focused on this, just that part of you. So here we have some new seeds are being planted. Somebody's in a leadership position, so some new seeds are being planted. So congratulations to you. Some kind of a teamwork is happening here, right? Here we have the Magician card here. Here we have the Sun card. Somebody's feeling a lot more positive, a lot more joyful, a lot more successful, and that's all it takes is like, okay, if a position became available, some new seeds need to be planted. Okay, so when you pray for, I want a new high level position, then teamwork is going to have to make the dream work. So I'm going to have to take the initiative. So congratulations to you, for that. I can't spend a whole lot of time overthinking other stuff that's going on in my life, because you're in a very vulnerable space. I need to start putting some action behind, taking my power back. I need to get focused. Focus, right? So that's what I'm saying. The source is giving you some time to just pull it all together. So if it's something in your department or your job or whatever, yeah, so somebody's having, so here we have the, here we have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, because you're asking yourself, this is about motive here. Like somebody could be asking a motive. It's like, okay, what is the motive? Like, what's the motive that somebody could have cut you off? Or what is the motive why? Like somebody could be asking why, but I can't say not to ask why, but I feel like you're not going to be spending a whole lot of time on that, especially now that somebody needs to reroute. I feel like somebody needs to reroute, right? And that's where the Death card is coming out. Somebody's just like, okay, you rerouting something. So the Death card is somebody you have to initiate. Somebody's going to have to. It's some two energies in your life that's basically saying, okay, stop overthinking something. Don't give that a whole lot of time. I need you to move on from something, and so they may be the ones that's kind of initiate. Don't give a whole lot of time to something. What did I say? What did I do? Why did somebody cut me off? Something kind of thing, right? And so here we have the Ten of Pentacles and also the Four of Pentacles, right? So again, it's like when you ask for one thing, let me see. when we pray for one thing, source is saying, okay, do we have the room to receive it, right? But we also have to do our parts too. So source is saying, okay, if you're not going to, if you have like um too much stuff going on at the root. It's just like too many distractions going on at the root. Somebody source may put it on somebody else's heart to say take some kind of action, to initiate some kind of action to get you focused. The term, the saying, human's rejection is God's protection from something, right? To protect you from something, right? So I see somebody in a leadership position, and I see you planting some new seeds. But in another area of your life, I feel like, Taurus, there could be somebody either cut you off or you cut them off. Like something could have ended. This is the Ace of Swords, and that's about motive. What is the motive? What's the reason why now that things are happening? And there could be some energy. See, these two people are like hanging this person upside down. They almost like, get that out of you. Like, move on from that. Like, move on. It's time to focus on your legacy. It's time to focus on this. It's time to focus on this. So almost like they trying to force somebody to move on from something, right? And so here we have but you could be like this with this is right here translates to shaved ice. So somebody could just be feeling like, kind of cold, towards something. Like your arms may be folded. Here we also have the Princess of Cups right here. And so here we have this crab here. So crab have those little antennas, so somebody may need something kind of nurturing. Like somebody may need, like we had a moon in Cancer, and Cancer's sibling is a crab. So somebody could feel like, okay, they need some kind of nurturing. They need some kind of, something to nurture you to make you feel better. So I would suggest pulling your birth chart, finding out what your moon sign is. Your moon sign is what nurtures, what mothers you, what feeds your soul. So if somebody is saying to you, like emptying you of like saying, okay, that relationship is over, and it's hard for you to move past that, and energy's almost blowtorching you in your back. You need to move on from something. It's over, it's over, it's over, which is horribly insensitive. But you have to learn how to nurture yourselves. You have to learn how to nurture yourself, and your moon sign is going to help you to know how to nurture yourselves. It is incredibly insensitive when you're around people who are basically forcing you to do something before you even had a chance to even wrap your brains around something. So I do feel like that's where your breakthrough is going to come in. Is just when you sit down and think about in your memory, somebody told you exactly what I'm saying right here, right now, is like how to nurture yourselves. That's where it's going to come in. If you could just sit down and just kind of quiet your mind, it may come in through your dreams. It may come in through your dreams. It may remind you, oh, that's right, I do have it may be a text message that you sent, or it may come across you may see it down somewhere on, it may come across in some space, some way, shape, form, or fashion, where you just feel like, okay, all right, I now remember how to nurture myself. I know how to nurture myself. Because at first, initially, when you get good news, you want to share it with energies like, oh, guess what? I got X, Y, and Z, until you realize, okay, that's right, that's over. And if you're sharing it with other people, like, why? I wonder why. I still don't know why. I don't have answers, and I need clarity, and all that, you spinning around like a top. So it's just like, then it's going to hit somebody. Oh, that's right. Something is over. I need to learn how to nurture myself. I don't need to go into folding my arms, lips poked out, mad, giving everybody else around me the cold shoulder. I need to go and nurture myself, right? So that's what I see. And so that's it. I need to save myself. I need to save myself. Not looking for somebody to come save me. I need to save myself, right? That's when it's going to hit somebody. Oh, that's right. I know how to save myself. I'm not looking for these two energies to save me. I know how to save myself, both in my personal and my professional life. Somebody taught me how to save myself. That's when it's going to hit you. Because what Source is trying to bring out of somebody is this, just balance it out. Remember, Pluto is restoring balance to Mother Earth, so it's not always going to be in the physical. What happens when our loved ones transition and you got to go on that memory of, that's right, they taught me how to do X, Y, and Z, they taught me how to do that. What happens when that relationship is over and you got to hold on to the sacred part of it? Oh, that's right, they taught me how to do this and they taught me how to do that. So that's what Source is trying to bring out of somebody, is like the sacredness of relationships, instead of, you know, hold like other people around you that's forcing you to hurry up, like, because nothing just nurtures your spirit like, okay, I got to get to the energy that really nurtured me, that really that. So I definitely feel like somebody has learned how to save themselves. Like somebody has learned something about water for you is going to be like, oh my God, okay, that's right, I need to listen to some water sounds. That's when it's going to click for somebody, like a bell just went off in your head. I need to listen to some water sounds. Oh, that's right, I had a dream last night. Oh, the energy came to me in my dream. I thought I was imagining things. You weren't. They know how to come to you in your dreams. That sounds crazy to people who don't know how to project. But for those people who know how to project, they're telling you, they're reminding you, remember, I taught you X, Y, and Z, right? So that's what's going to put somebody in a space of, okay, I feel grateful. Put you in a different headspace. It's going to help you balance things out. There it is. Help you to balance out your life, so that you can eventually leave behind distractions. So that's why it's important to cherish the relationships that you have, instead of just focusing on the negative. Focus on the positive in the relationship. When relationships end, you automatically go to that person was this, they was that, the sacred part of the relationships. The sacred part of the relationship. So when you have good news, that's when you remember, okay, I remember the sacred part of the relationship, right? So that's what I'm saying for somebody, is like somebody is learning how to resolve something within yourselves, right? Here we have somebody is a guardian angel for you. Somebody has been a guardian angel for you, so that you can cut ties with anything you may have been holding on to that could have caused you to feel like you were holding on to, like, this physical aspect of things. Somebody is trying to help bring out High Priestess energy in you, Taurus. Somebody is trying to help bring out the High Priest, when everything around you is basically telling you to forget them, forget something about them. Source is trying to help you to remember the good memories of things, and something having to do with water is going to help you to water those seeds that you planted. Somebody planted a seed and said, you're going to get promoted. Money is going to come through. And there it is. You got promoted. Just like they said you would. You got promoted. And so who's the first person you want to talk to? Is the person that said you were going to get promoted. But what if they're no longer in your life anymore for whatever reason? Maybe they cut you off. Maybe the relationship ended. Maybe they're no longer with us on this side, right? Whatever the reason is, people are trying to empty you of that, right? Like, okay, I don't want you to believe in that kind of stuff. I don't want you to, don't have those conversations, which can be confusing at first, Taurus, until you quiet your mind and you say, oh, that's right, they told me to listen to water sounds. Those messages are starting to travel through water. And so they're talking to you. So that's how our loved ones get messages through. They get messages through. So remember, the first time we experience water is in the womb. So the seeds were already planted. Here we have the 8 of Swords here. And they're also planting seeds to do the mirror work. Here we have the 8, so that you can start looking in that mirror and start doing that very powerful mirror work. So you can start waking up from nightmares. You're going to feel like you hit the jackpot. You're going to feel like you hit the jackpot emotionally. It's going to start making so much sense to somebody. Like, things are going to start clicking to you. It's going to start making sense. Somebody's going to start waking up out of a trance, because you're not going to feel so restricted in your mind anymore. You're not going to feel so restricted in your mind anymore. You have Page of Cups here. Somebody from your past, a love interest from your past who you would never go back to. You're heavy on their mind. You would never go back to them. So So here's some things. So you got good news coming across your path, right? So you got good news. Good news is that somebody's getting promoted. Good news is that you're starting to remember the messages that people gave you, about things. So now it's almost like when our loved ones transition, whether they physically transition, whether they move away, you don't have opportunity to talk to them anymore. Transition can also mean like a person who is not they're going like dementia or something like that, like in that sense that they're here one minute, the next they're not, or people think that they're not completely, they like exist in between worlds, or people have called them crazy or mentally ill, whatever the case may be. Source is saying for you, something is awakening your spiritual gifts. Something is awakening you, because seeds have been planted, and it's for you to water those seeds, right? A gift has been has come through, and so something is telling you to water those seeds, right? And so when something from your past that you would never go back to, or somebody may have said don't ever go back to that energy, you're going to now pay attention, because the things that the seeds have been planted in you, they're saying, okay, your money is going to grow. This is happening. That's happening. You're starting to say, okay, that makes sense. Okay, I'm starting to listen. I'm not going to go back to that. I'm holding on to these memories. I'm holding on to these messages now. I really got this now. I'm starting to pay attention to this, right? So a whole lot of other things are going to start coming to you too, right? You're awakening from nightmares from the past that people wanted you to forget. Now, this is where Neptune is going to come into play. Neptune is the planet that rules Pisces, which is the I believe sign. So, which is the moon card. So somebody's going to start remembering some things from the past of like, when you start, how the kids say, when I grow up, I want to be such and such, right? You're going to start remembering who believed in your dreams and who's like, don't you want to be something else, when you grow up or whatever. You'll start remembering that. You're going to start remembering who believed you when you shared something with somebody and they believed you or didn't believe you. You're going to start a lot of stuff. Journal. Journal, 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 journal. Journal, journal, journal. Make sure you're journaling. Because Neptune is that planet that will make people feel like they're delusional, like they have lost their mind, for real. So our energies are trying to empty you of your gifts because they've been passed down from loved ones. They cannot empty you of that. They can turn you upside down all day long to your head to get dizzy, you start getting dizzy, lightheaded, but they can't empty you of those gifts, because they came from source. It won't even make you want to even drink. You won't want to drink. You won't want to be on medication. You want complete and total clarity of thought moving forward. So, matter of fact, somebody may want to go into hermit mode for real, because you'll start saying, okay, I value my time. I need to go into hermit mode. I need to get some more downloads. Something has awakened your gifts. And so somebody's now going to start working harder on processing those downloads and those memories. You're going to start working harder processing those downloads and those memories. So whatever anxiety you used to have is about to go away. Yeah. Whatever anxiety you used to have is going to go away. Here we have the Four of Swords. You're going to finally start getting some rest. Finally, start getting some rest. Here we have the Hierophant card. You're going to have an innate spiritual understanding of things now. Now we cooking, okay? Now you have a higher understanding of things now. It's going to make so much sense to you how sensitive people are with spiritual gifts, and how they will just say, no, I need to just cut ties with certain energies that are insensitive to those downloads, because people will call people who have a lot of downloads crazy. They're mentally ill, they're this and that. But then when you talk to loved ones who are have dementia and they're talking to their loved ones on the other side, are they crazy? No, of course there's a label and stuff for it. Or people who are like, they had dreams or they have feelings about stuff. Are they crazy? Are they crazy when they say, I had a feeling that such and such number is going to hit, and they end up winning $1 million? Were they crazy when they had a feeling about the number, or was it luck? So source is saying, somebody is really starting to, that's what Pluto is restoring balance to Mother Earth. Somebody's really starting to journal. The more and more you start to see the same thing over and over and over again, you're going to start saying, okay, it's starting to make more and more sense to me as to why people would assume that people who are highly spiritually gifted are crazy. If that's, I don't even know if that's a word. I don't know. Maybe somebody said it. I don't know. Or why people leave a bunch of distractions behind and go into hermit mode so they can get downloads. That's what's going to start making a lot of sense to some people as you start to wake up out of your own nightmares. That's going to stop somebody from being stubborn about it, right? So here we have the Page of Cups. So yeah, some more good news. 2 pieces of good news again is coming across your path as a result of that. Good news coming across your path. So good for you. All right, so let's see what else we got. Let's see what else we got. Yep. So again, congratulations on your yes, it's 2 energies that you won't want to go back to just because, they're so busy trying to empty you of your gifts because they're just looking at the physical sense and they've been so busy bullying you because of your gifts. You won't even want to be around them. Just like, and now it's going to make sense to you why other people don't want to be around that. How you call people crazy when they have gifts, spiritual gifts? Everybody has gifts. Everybody has spiritual gifts. You won't even want to be around those energies. So keep moving forward. The curse is now broken. That's right. So somebody apologizes for hurting you, but put yourselves first, There could be another Taurus in your life that has a Python spirit. They have a lying spirit, but your laughter is your medicine, and healed people just move differently. And so the healer and protector of travelers is with you, Taurus. And so you have the gift of clairsentience. You pick up on other people's vibrations, their moods, their emotions, their feelings. There could also be an Aries involved in something. It could be a Scorpio involved in something. There could be a Virgo involved in something, or some. It could play some role in just your just your journey, right? Or you could have all of those on your birth chart. Could be, but you are protected in love, and the angel of prophecy and wisdom is with you. And so dance around the house as if no one is watching. So again, like I said, somebody's being promoted. And so on your job, so I'm seeing, like I said, you're planting some new seeds. And so you want to make sure as you go into hermit mode and you start to analyze, your gifts, your spiritual gifts, like water. So because you got 2 pieces of good news coming through. You really want to just get away from that. I got to physically see something to believe something. Just listen to some of the, just some of the things that you said before. Okay, I believe that, I'm going to graduate from school, or I believe in myself that, I'm going to get married one day, or I'm going to have kids, or I believe that, I'm going to get the job. You spoke that into existence. So somebody's going to learn how to cut ties with people who limit other people's, their dreams, don't want people to, so here we have a 999. Thank the past for your lesson, leave it where it belongs so that you can make the best of the life that is still waiting to be fulfilled by only you. So yeah, 999. So it's 3 types of energies, like I said, 2 energies in particular that's tied to the devil. They're chained to fear, doubt, uncertainty, because they don't want to operate in that. You're cutting ties with that. You're just cutting ties with it. And they're egotistical about it. They're like, nobody believe in that kind of stuff. You got to physically see it to believe it, and you don't believe in that and all of this other stuff. But you are awakening to your gifts. And I'm talking to you wherever Taurus is in your birth chart, not just your sun sign. That's what I have for you. So have an amazing week. Don't forget to nurture yourself. But I feel like somebody's going to have this newfound confidence when you leave behind a lot of distractions. That's what I have for you. I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.